In this video, I'm going to talk about Fiverr and 3 features or tools that I'm currently using to help streamline my productivity when it comes to working on the platform. Now, Fiverr as a platform is pretty easy to use as a seller until you start getting lots and lots and lots of orders all coming in at once. See, freelancers who are trying to be the real deal on Fiverr end up using multiple different apps and software to actually stay organized and on top of their productivity. You'll find them using tools like Notion, Slack, even WhatsApp for communication. But inside Fiverr itself, there's a few tools or features that you can use to help you stay more organized. And to be honest, I think the third one I'm going to say is going to be pretty controversial. Number 1, something I've recently found out is you can actually add labels to your conversations. If you're using the Fiverr app on your phone, all you have to do is hold down the conversation and a little pop-up menu will pop up, and then you can just select change label. Now within those labels, you can then create your own custom labels, and that's what I've started to do. I've created labels to let me know whereabouts I am with that customer. It could be anything from I need to send them a reply, I need to send them an offer, they've accepted the offer, I need to start writing a script, or maybe I'm ready to shoot. Now, the thing with Fiverr is there is 2 ways to communicate with your client. You can communicate with the direct messages, and then once they've accepted a contract with you, you have a private chat just attached to that job. And the thing is, a lot of times I don't end up going into that private chat in that contract because we've already had the whole conversation in direct messages. And it means for me to find that right information, I'll be switching back and forth between the 2 chats to try and work out where we worked out. Now, by adding those labels, I know exactly where I'm at, maybe if I need to send a reply, or even if we don't have a contract in place yet, I know exactly what I need to be doing. That's just going to help my response rate get quicker and of course my reply rate to stay as high as possible, as you will need that to level up. Now for the second feature I've started using, this could just be specific because I do UGC and content creation, but what I've decided to start doing is when a client has accepted an offer, I send them a personalized video. Only has to take 10 seconds, but just a nice personal touch for me to send to the client so they know that I am trying to communicate with them. And that video may just look like me holding up a selfie video saying, hey, thanks for placing the order. I'm really excited to work on this project. I had a chance to look at the script. Everything's looking great. If you have any more information or questions for me, please feel free to ask. I'm doing my schedule this afternoon and I'm going to get scheduled in and I'll update you. Something simple, something straight. Again, this is just to make that client feel like you're giving a personalized experience. Now this third one is the controversial one, and I've heard other... I have heard other freelancers talk about this, and I've only just started doing it, and it's really because I'm getting too busy on the platform. That I need to be a lot more selective with who I'm kind of interacting with and where I'm putting my energy and time. So I recently had someone reach out to me with a script asking me for a price. So after looking over the script and working out the requirements that they need, I quoted them $150. Now this is a little bit higher than my minimum of $120, but the reason why is because they want 2 extra hooks, and the script that they supplied would mean that I would have to drive down the road to a coffee shop and film a scene in there. Now I have no issue doing that, but that's just going to take up more time, and I'm aware of that with my experience. If I just can't film it at home or in one location, I'm going to just tack on a little bit extra. In this case, it would have been $10. They said send me an offer for $120. I said no, sorry, $150 has to be my minimum for this case because you are requesting the extra hooks and I do have to travel for a location. Now I think there was a bit of a language breakdown, so I don't think they're intentionally being rude. I think maybe, I don't know, it was a bit weird. But they said no, you have to do it, it's in the script. I was like, okay. And then they said send me an offer now for $130. So I blocked them. Yes, I blocked them. But when you start getting busy on these platforms, you have to start being selective of who you're taking on as a client or not. And it's okay to say no. I say no a fair few times. If I don't understand a product, or maybe I just don't think I'm a good fit, I say no. In this case, I gave them my price, and that was the best price that I felt I could do, and they weren't happy with it, which is fair enough. But instead of them accepting it, they kept trying to come in and get my price down and down and down. And to me, that means there wouldn't even be a future chance of working with this client. So I'm better off just blocking them and not allowing them to reach out to me again and moving on. Now, using that blocking feature isn't necessarily you saying that person's doing something wrong. You're just blocking because they're wasting your time, or they don't want to pay the rates that you've set yourself, and you're the only one who truly knows how much you're willing to work for. Now for me, I had about 12 videos in queue, and it just means I was always struggling and behind, so it really made no sense for me to take on a project that was going to underpay myself for the amount of time that was going to take. Now with all that said, I do have a bit of a bonus tip that I think you should do when setting up your gig. So the first line, So the first line that I write on all of my gigs is please DM me before placing an order. That gives me the chance to look at the product, make sure I understand it, make sure I can deliver on what they want, and put the power in my hands to say yes or no. Now, every now and again, you do get people just placing an order, and you do hope that you can actually deliver what they want and their expectations. And it does make it a little bit more stressful. Now, if you found any of this helpful, please hit that like, subscribe button, share this with a friend. Comment below what features or tools you're using on Fiverr to help you be more productive and streamlined as a freelancer. See you next week.